Hello and welcome to another update video about silver. Silver hasn't really done much in the last few days. We're still holding above the main support area here of this wave 2. However, the market has clarified that the wave 2 wasn't in here, but indeed it needed another dip lower. So it's really forming this A, B, C, where the A wave was a 3-wave move. We had an overshooting B wave and a C wave down. You can count that in different ways. It's even possible as a WXY structure. We can talk about that. That will help us identify the relevant resistance levels that now need to be overcome. So really, the move to the downside could technically be complete. I mean, it's bottomed at the 38.2 retracement. This correction could be a wave 2. Normally, I say for a wave 2, I prefer the 50% retracement level to be reached, usually, but it doesn't have to be. Not in a bullish market, not necessarily. Please be aware that the next rally up would be a 3rd wave. And after the last video, some people have asked me what the next target is. I actually did mention it quite clearly in the last video. They might still change a little bit, depending on how low we go. But the 3rd wave to the upside, I'd like it to get to the 1.236 extension or even 1.38 in this 3rd wave up. As soon as the wave 2 is done, I would have to change my overall assumption about the chart towards maybe a more bearish scenario if there is a break below this orange support region, so below $27. But as long as this range is holding, I'm looking for the price to get in the next step. So it's like the next milestone target to round about $39 to $40. I see this as corrective. I think it's clearly corrective. The only question is the dip done or not? I'll tell you when I think we can be more confident about the idea that the dip, could be done. So when can we say, okay, the low is likely in? So first of all, I'm tracking this primarily as an ABC structure. The thing is, the only way to count that as a C wave is as an ending diagonal if it's a 5-wave move down, okay? So if it's an ending diagonal, the subwaves are corrective. And the best way to do this is as wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. This is for me the best way to count it from an ending diagonal point of view. Well, actually, just thinking about it, it might actually be this, probably a bit better. And then we have 1, 2, the longest is the 3rd as an A, B, C structure, small 4th. In that case, we actually broke above the 4th already, and we can already be a bit more confident that the low is in. Depending on how this is counted, and it's always a problem with diagonals, I would say it's also possible that this 4th is still unfolding and we might get one more low. Diagonals tend to follow channels. So this might be actually an expanding diagonal. So what could be the case is that it's forming a more extended pattern like this, for example. Okay, so I would pay attention to the upper trend line for a potential breakout. Yeah, it's actually 3 touch points. Yeah, more or less 3 touch points. So that makes it a valid trend line. I normally don't pay too much attention to trend lines. However, if it's in a possible diagonal, I think it might be worth considering. So that means I think the earliest evidence that a low is in would be a break above the trend line. Now, there is another way of counting this wave 2, and I will present that in white, because we could say that this is actually a WXY structure. And now we need to check, okay, could the low actually be in already? Or do we maybe get another low? I think it can be counted complete, It can be counted complete in both scenarios, but the benefit of a WXY is it also allows us to identify the key points that need to be broken. So WXY, and then we would say that the move down was possibly probably here, A, B, C. That would be the white count, because then I could say, okay, we had maybe even a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 waves in A, an ABC, so like a flat structure in B, and this C wave could indeed be a 5-wave move where the 1-2 is hidden somewhere here. You know, in the smallest time frames, you might be able to identify a small 1-2 setup, but you know, is this reliable? Is, you know, I don't know. What I want to share with you is then what are, based on this, the key resistances. Are there any fib resistances that now need to be broken? So it's already good that we broke above this swing high. Just thinking, is it, I mean, it could always, yeah, I think the resistance that we would normally then watch for, now that we've broken above that high, just additional levels to watch. This is a standard fib resistance range, which might be relevant, but it's not much different from the trend line anyway. And it's at $31.34 if you're looking for a level. I think it's a trend line, then 31.34 that needs to be broken, and the B wave top at 31.77. All of that will increase probabilities that the low is already in. And then we have here structural resistance. And yeah, at some point, then we should get the breakout to the upside. The only question is, do we need to be a bit more patient? And as long as we are moving in this wedge pattern, I think there is no real confirmation the low is in. But obviously, the fib level was there. We've had a reaction to the fib level. So yeah, let's just see. Obviously, if the low is in, if you're looking for a support level, the only support level I can give you is the 78.6 retracement of the current rally, and that's a moving support. But if the low is already in, the price should now stay above $30. That's my update about silver. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500, as well as regular updates about stocks, then feel free to check out our stocks and S&P 500 service. You'll find the link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.